Welcome back to the Money List and welcome to Sunday night's video. We have a lot of things to talk about in this video, but first, what did you think about my Intel puts last week? And my Poet Technology puts? And my Encore Energy calls? All three of those trades I cashed out in, and I either made 20% or 40%. And the Intel trade only took 1 day. Oh, but I know what you're thinking. What about my energy fuel puts? Well, that's one of the things we're going to discuss, because I have altered my opinion on energy fuels based on some research that I did, but not without placing another put. So we're going to discuss that put and my opinion on energy fuels, and we're also going to discuss a call option that I placed last week, and that call option had a 38,000 contract order, which on this channel is an option alert. And as you know, one of my strategies is to either follow an option alert or bet against the option alert. And then we're going to talk about another metals and mining stock that is absolutely ridiculously overvalued, and if it hits my price target, I will place a put this week, and I am gonna load the boat on this put. So let's get started with the video, and as always, nothing on this channel is financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, so be careful trading. Okay, so the first stock on my money list is Boston Scientific Corporation, ticker BSX. I never traded this stock, so why am I trading it now? Because it had a 38,000 contract order, which I got the option alert on, and anything over 10,000 sparks my interest. So let's look at a few statistics about the company, and let's look at the option alert that I got, and then we'll look at the trade that I placed last week. Okay, so Boston Scientific is a corporation that's been around for a long time, so I'm sure many of you have heard about it. And their financials are very good. I have no problem with it. Their earnings per share are $1.89. They're trading at 48 times, and their market cap is $137 billion. And they develop, manufacture, and market medical devices that are used in interventional medical procedures. So they supply the hardware to the hospitals. And we all know this industry isn't going anywhere. This industry is just going higher and higher. And healthcare was the only industry that added jobs at the highest rate last sector. And so their earnings are February 4th, which is not this upcoming week, but it's the following week. And this trade is based on an earnings play because they are expected to increase their earnings per share by 2 cents, as we see here, 0.78 to 0.80. And they're probably going to come in higher with that number. Okay, so now let's look at the option alert that I got. It's for the February 20th expiration date, the $97 calls, and the stock was trading at $91.50 when this guy placed the order. And the guy placed 38,000 contracts. This is a big whale trade. Somebody knows something here, in my opinion. This isn't a regular trader. This is an institutional trader or a company insider or a banker. So this is a no-brainer in my opinion. Now let's look at the charts. Okay, so the stock closed at $92.52 on Friday, and this red line represents the $91.50 where that guy placed the trade. So that guy currently has a little bit of a profit so far, but his strike price is $97. So he thinks there's this upside here. And when we look at this high that was made last week on January 8th, it was trading at $100. And then a month before that, it was trading at $105. And then 2 months before that, it was trading at $108. So from $92.52 back to its high 2 months ago is about 20 to 25%. And because the stock is trading at its 6-month low or thereabouts, because it's only trading about 4% higher than its 6-month low, I think there's plenty of upside here. And there's definitely upside to about $97 or to $100. So when they report the following week, I expect the stock to run up to about $100. That's why that guy placed the 97 call. And in this particular case, shares of the stock would be safer because I do not see Boston Scientific going lower than $88. And so this is my call option. I pushed it out further to March 20th. So I have plenty of time because the earnings are February 4th. And I have a 92.50 strike. So you can see I'm already up 15%. And I started with about $400. Just in case it dips back down to 88, I will double down or triple down on this because I can go about $1,500 on this trade. So this other red line is my strike price, which is exactly where the stock is trading at. And you can see I'm up 15%. That's the power of options. So if the stock goes lower, I will add to this call option. Or if the stock jumps on some surprising news before earnings, I will cash out. Next up on my money list is Energy Fuels, ticker UUUU. And I know a lot of you guys out there are loving this stock, and so am I. I just think it's due for a pullback. So let's look at some news that I discovered over the weekend about the company, and this will explain why I think it's due for a pullback. And then we're going to look at my new put option for Energy Fuels and my game plan going into earnings and then after earnings. Okay, so the first piece of news on Energy Fuels is that a few days ago, they entered into an agreement to acquire Australian Strategic Materials to create a new mine-to-metal alloy facility or whatever it is. So they made an acquisition and it's costing them $299 million. So let's say $300 million. And that's great. I'm bullish on that. But there will be no revenue from this for at least 2 quarters or at least 1 quarter. And it's definitely not going to show up this quarter. And another piece of good news is that they are expecting over $500 million of expected annual EBITDA from this other project that they're doing in Madagascar. So I'm bullish on this, but once again, this is not going to show up this quarter or next quarter. This will take time. And I'm not doubting this $500 million, but they only reported 17 million last quarter. So are you trying to tell me that they're going to all of a sudden print 500 million of EBITDA overnight? No, this is going to take 4 quarters because they're building a facility. This is a project that they're working on. This is not going to happen overnight. So I'm bullish on this on the long run, but not in the short run. And then when you combine that 300 million acquisition last week with the $700 million convertible note and the $600 million offering of a 0.75 convertible senior note, this now adds $1.3 billion debt. So when does this show up? I don't know, but it's going to show up over the next 4 quarters. And it may start to show up this quarter when they report. So until we see this big revenue that they're talking about here, this EBITDA revenue, we really don't know what's going to happen. And we don't know what favors or what insiders have with these notes. They can sell them at a certain day. They can do certain things that we don't know. And the last piece of news before we look at the charts is that the average price target for Energy Fuels is around $27. And this was the high that it hit months ago. And it has not broken that high yet. Okay, so these are my 2 puts. One is the $21 put expiring February 20th, and the other is the 25 put expiring March 20th. And you can see I have about $550 so far. Now let's look at the chart so I can explain my next move. Okay, so this is the chart of Energy Fuels. And in my opinion, this is the bottom, which is about $18.50. And this is considering all that good news that we just read about. So I do not think the stock goes lower than this based on all that good news. And if it does go lower, then anything here is a great buying opportunity. And so then the top is here, which is about, let's say $27. And their earnings are either February 26th or March 20th. I have 2 conflicting dates and I don't know which one it is because I cannot find the real date. So make a comment if you know the date. And so this is my 25 put, this is my 21 put, and the stock closed at $25.46 on Friday. So with the stock trading here, and there has been so much good news day after day after day, which caused this huge run up from here because this has all been good news, good news, good news, good news. So I don't think it breaks the high unless there's more good news. And I think we've heard all the good news. So being that earnings, the closest earnings date is February 26th, I think over the next several weeks, it will trade lower to about 21, maybe even 20. But for sure, it trades around this zone here, which makes my 25 put profitable. And suppose they report March 20th. For sure, this scenario happens. And suppose the Fed upsets and doesn't cut rates next week. This will for sure drop to 21. And suppose there's any negative news in the market, this will also for sure drop. So there's more likely of a chance that it drops into this zone before earnings. And based on all the good news that we just read, I do think it blows its top after earnings and maybe makes a new high to 30, 32, or 35. But if something happens with the earnings, like the debt issue or the negative earnings per share issue, then of course it will not break the high and it will surely go down to 18. But we do see here on TradingView that the revenue estimate for this next quarter will be 23 million and their last quarter was 17 million. So that would be about a 35% increase. But there's no way they will be profitable, so the stock might not jump just because of good revenue. So for the meantime, I'm happy with these two puts because I am scared that the stock will jump on good earnings and positive diluted earnings per share. But for now, this is the trading range. And the last stock on my money list is Critical Metals Corporation, ticker CRML. This is another metals mining company, which is super hot right now like uranium. And I'm sorry, people, this company is stupid overvalued. Stupid overvalued. And it traded about 11% higher on Friday. I was going to pull the trigger on a put, but I'm going to wait till Monday or Tuesday to see if it runs up a little higher. And I will definitely be placing a put on this one. So let's look at a few statistics that I found, why I think it's overvalued, and what put options am I looking at, and at what strike price, and how much money am I willing to put on this put. Because I'm super bullish on this put, I might just load the boat and go over my budget. Okay, so this is an overview of Critical Metals Corporation, and their market cap is 2.43 billion. And look at this, they have 4 employees. 4 employees, and they're based in British Virgin Islands. Wait a second, isn't that where all the fraud happens with the banking and the wiring the money? I don't know, something's fishy about that. Something's fishy about 4 employees, British Virgin Islands, and 2.4 billion market cap. And the reason why that's fishy is because there's no revenue. And the company was founded in 2022. So you've been operating for 3 years and you have no revenue for the past 5 quarters? And your operating expense is 37 million a quarter. And it doubled from the last quarter. More than doubled. So even if they post $1, this operating cost will go higher in my opinion. And when we go to the balance sheet, the only bright spot with their financials is that they have 0 debt and they do have 92 million in equity, but their liabilities are 80 million. So this 92 million barely covers the 80 million. And good companies have double, triple, or quadruple the equity than their liabilities. And it gets even worse because when we go to the cash flow statement, we see that they began the quarter with $1 million and they're ending it with 7 million. So you might say this is good because it increased, but $7 million in cash and their operating costs are 37 million a quarter. So this tells me they're going to have to finance more, and we see that their financing is skyrocketing and the financing only brings liabilities. So they're adding to their liabilities every quarter with 0 revenue and a $2.4 billion market cap. If they didn't have a $2.4 billion market cap and let's say at 300 million to 500 million, then I would say it's still overvalued, but not ridiculously overvalued like this. This company is a $100 million market cap. That's the fair value of this company, not 2.4 billion. And why do I keep getting an option alert for bullish call buying? This was 2 orders placed within about 10 minutes. One is the January 30th strike, 2350 calls, same expiration date here, and 25 calls. So this one is even more out of the money. And the stock was trading at $18 here, $17 here when that guy placed the order. And I've seen at least 5 of these alerts over the past year. Now let's look at the chart so I can explain further. Okay, so this is the 6-month chart of Critical Metals, and their earnings are February 25th. The shoe is going to drop on this date after they report earnings, I guarantee it. So the stock closed on Friday at $20.62, and the 3-month bottom is about $8. I do not think it ever goes back down to $8 because it's such a hot sector right now and Trump is pumping up everything for the industry. But if it does go into this territory, this is the call zone where I will place calls. And I will even place a call around, let's say, $13. So this is the call zone if it drops to that area. The put zone, we are now entering the put zone. Anything above $20.50, let's say 21 because the nearest strike would probably be 21. And I do not think it breaks its high of, let's say, 30 for a long time. We have to see some significant earnings before it breaks this high. And I don't think it's going to happen on February 25th or the next quarter. So obviously, if it runs up crazy until earnings, it's a golden opportunity for a put. And if it breaks this high of 24, it's another good opportunity for a put. But anything above 24 is a golden opportunity. And we can see on January 13th that it traded from about $14 to $20. That's a 40% move, and they have no earnings. And then we see that it trades up and then it dips back down about 20%. And it's done this 2 times over the past month. So chances are it's going to dip back down again to about 18 and then shoot up again. So I'll wait for that to happen. And as soon as it breaks $21, I'll place my first put at a $21 strike price. So my first put will be at around $21 and it'll be a small put. But as it runs up every 15-20%, I will start loading the boat even more. So if it gets to 24, I'll load the boat more. If it gets to 26, I'll load the boat more. And if it gets to 30, I'm going to fully load the kitchen sink, everything. I'm going to sell everything and put a put there if it gets to that level. And because the stock is highly traded and there's a lot of volume, I will be flipping in and out of this for the next 2 years while Trump is president. So let's see what happens this week. Let's see if it breaks 21 this week, and I'll keep you updated in my upcoming videos. So what do you think about these trades? Do you have calls or puts on any of these stocks? Let's get the conversation started. And what other stocks are you looking to place puts on or calls? And don't forget to check out my other 2 channels. One of them is a Bible preacher where I preach the Bible, and the other is a homeless helper channel where I go around giving food to homeless people. And remember that for every like you click, whether it's for this video or those videos, you are helping a homeless person, because my goal is to monetize all of my channels and help more homeless people. And the links to those channels are in this channel's bio. Thank you for watching and see you in a few days in the next video.